In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how I built a $10,000 a month business based on my passion and eventually scaling to $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a month. That's a whole separate video, but I'm going to give you guys the real raw, exactly what I did to get to that $10,000 a month business, the lessons that I've learned so you guys can do the exact same thing and hopefully do it faster. So the very first thing that I did, and I think a lot of people kind of try to skip the step or speed the step up, is just building a base of knowledge of becoming world-class at whatever it is that you're passionate about or what you want to do. So I think a lot of people dive into whatever it is that they want to do or build a business around, or they have a certain niche specialty, they have niche knowledge, and they just want to, I want to make money off it. They want to extract value from the marketplace right away. When in reality, I think you need to build more of a knowledge base and become world class first. Then you'll be able to make, I think, more money down the road, in my opinion. So for me, getting into the basketball training space, it's very watered down. There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of people doing it, but almost everyone is doing it extremely average because they're all operating on the same knowledge. I think that there's a gap in this marketplace for people who are doing the right way. So for me, it was actually training based on scientific principles. No one was really doing that at the time. So I decided, you know what, that's what I'm going to learn. I'm going to learn about the science of learning. I'm going to learn how the brain works. I'm going to learn psychology. I'm going to learn communication. I'm going to learn how all of these things tie into each other. And I spent the majority of my time in the beginning doing that, not making as much money, but building that knowledge base that I can use that was going to differentiate myself down the road and allow me to charge more and to make more because of that knowledge. So I think a lot of people just dive right in. They want to make money. And if they do that, you don't get as much experience. So for me, any book that I could read, any podcast that I can get, anyone that I can meet that was already doing what I wanted to do, I would try to get knowledge from them. I would try to ask them questions. I would try to intern for them, mentor with them, and just get as much knowledge as I possibly can. And then I would bring it back to the drawing board and try to apply it, but with the people that I was training essentially for free. Again, people try to dive in, they want to make money. So you have maybe 1, 2 clients, you're getting 2, 3 sessions a week. I noticed, hey, this is a repetition thing. The more reps that I can get, the faster that I can get them, the better that I'm going to get. So as opposed to having 1 to 2 paid clients, I said, hey, let me have 20 people that I'm barely making any money on, if at all. Some of them are completely for free. And I'm going to take all this knowledge that I'm getting, I'm going to try to apply it. I'm going to try to improve and just keep doing that over and over again for, say, a year. And I was able to do that. And I was able to become head and shoulders above a lot of the other people in the area and get better results than everybody because of that knowledge. So I was able to leverage that, grow my business faster in the long term than if I just tried to make money initially. So as I started to do that, and because I was good at what I was trying to do, people were getting results, people were talking about me. Naturally, that just kind of rolled into me having a business and being able to monetize it. Now, there's obviously a lot of different ways you guys can monetize. For me, a service-based business in person was the easiest thing for me to do. I didn't really know what I was doing. I was 19, 20 at the time, had no idea what I was doing, drop out of college. Again, all I knew how to do was train. I knew how to work. I know how to do that. So that was easy for me. Now, if you guys are trying to monetize, you guys can do it via social media. It can be all online. It can be a product. It can be a service. It can be a one-on-one product where you're mentoring people at higher ticket. It can be a lower ticket thing where you have hundreds of people that you are serving in a group base. Again, it's completely up to you, and obviously depends on what it is that you guys are doing, what you're passionate about. But for me, in person was the easiest. Now, I was able to leverage online down the road, but that's completely, again, a different video. So I kind of just fell into being able to monetize it. And as that demand started to grow, okay, now I was able to charge a little bit of money. I was able to make a little bit more. I was having more clients. And in terms of marketing, most of it was just word of mouth. I didn't do any paid ads yet because, again, I didn't want to just have a ton of customers come in, don't really know what I'm doing, and then I lose all of them, and then I lose that reputation that I was building. So I wanted to make sure everyone that I did train, I want to have as much attention and focus as I can on that athlete and get them results. And then that was going to build my reputation, which was going to be invaluable down the road. And then the next thing I did in terms of marketing, I would say pretty much from the start, was I'm going to post on social media every single day. One of the best parts about doing this was actually my ability to practice communicating, just like how I'm doing now, which translated over into my craft, but also just my knowledge. Okay, I'm thinking I need to post a video on this topic today. Okay, I need to break it down. I need to be able to understand it. I need to be able to relay that message that I'm trying to get across to my audience. So in a sense, that was a good way for me to practice and to build my knowledge, as well as to improve my craft, my ability to communicate and all that kind of stuff, which actually translated over to my actual craft and actual business. So that was practice in and of itself, but it was also marketing. So I just said, hey, I'm posting every single day. Didn't really have a clear strategy. It wasn't like, okay, this is how I'm going to generate leads and I'm going to grow my business. I was just like, I'm going to post on social media because I think it can help. It's not going to hurt. So I'm just going to do it. I did it every single day for probably 2 years straight, posting at least 1 time a day, if not 2 to 3, because I had the time. Now, obviously, as I scaled the business, I said, hey, now let me try to improve this social media thing. Let me try to be a little bit more strategic. Let me hire a video editor. Let me build a better website so that way I can actually improve this product in its entirety, not just the actual training aspect. But I think a lot of people that say, hey, I want to make the perfect video. I want everything to be perfect. I need the perfect lighting. I need the perfect camera guy. So I'm going to wait. When in reality, I think you should just do, especially if you guys are starting to build this up, exactly what I'm doing right now with this next business that I'm trying to build in social media, is just do. I don't have the perfect lighting. I don't have the perfect setup. I don't care. I'm just going to post. As I start to grow, then I can start to improve on that as we go. So that's exactly what I did. I just focused on speed. I just focused on volume and as many different areas as I possibly can. And then as I started to grow, okay, now let me try to make it more professional. Let me make my website look better than it actually does. Let me make the social media, my content, my videos look more professional. And just off that alone, I was able to build up to 20, 30, 40,000 followers on Instagram. And I was starting to get a lot of leads through that. And I was increasing my business, which again, I was able to start to increase my prices. I went from charging $10, $20 an hour to charging 80 to, I think, yeah, it was $80 an hour before I was able to get my own facility. And at the same time, I was able to get group sessions. So I was doing the one-on-0 as well as the group. I was making decent amount of money. I was training 20, 30, 40 hours a week. I was working on the side as well in some instances. So I was able to scale it up completely to essentially $10,000 a month, completely by myself, completely off just sheer will and work ethic. And obviously getting to maybe $20,000, $30,000 a month is a completely different ballgame where you can't necessarily do everything yourself. You probably can. It's just going to take you a little bit while and you got to be more organized. And now with AI and everything, you can do that. So it is a little bit more tangible depending on the business, obviously. For me, being able to train, I could probably get $10,000, $20,000 a month all day by myself. But if I wanted to scale, do something bigger and better, you're going to need other people. You're going to need new knowledge. You're going to need to maybe readjust the way that you are currently doing things. But when it comes to just scaling to $10,000 a month, you can do really everything yourself. And there's no reason that you can't get to $10,000 a month via something that you're passionate about, just doing exactly what I said, becoming world-class at it, posting, putting yourself out there, not saying no to anything. I didn't say no to really anybody that wanted to train or any opportunity, whether it's speaking, whether it was going to do this thing for free. I did literally everything, putting myself out there, marketing, being as omnipresent as I possibly can, and just doing a good job. When you can have a good product or good service and you can continue to just keep focusing on that. How do I improve this? How do I improve the experience? How do I improve the results? How do I improve the feeling that these people have? And I can continue to do that. You're just going to get enough word of mouth, get enough experience. Your reputation is going to grow. You're going to be able to get $10,000 a month. No questions asked. Again, as long as you're good at what you do. So that's exactly how I did it. If you guys want more information, more of the story, getting to that next level, obviously feel free to comment, but that is again, just the real raw. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly how I would do it again if I was to run it back.